Hello, everyone, and welcome to Building Blocks. My name is Anna Hill.
And I'm Fuljens. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
We are here all about block by block. We're here to answer all of your questions. We're here to elaborate and go deeper into things if you have some questions about the course and anything else. How are you all doing in this Wednesday?
How's
70
everybody?
degrees over here, upstate New York.
See who's here. We got Nintendo Legal. Hello, Jeremy. Very good to see you.
Jeremy.
Very good to see you. And Mr. Moderator's here so far.
Paul.
And let us know. Let us know, how have you been liking the course? Have you started the course?
If you don't know about the course, also let us know if you do not, because we can tell you all about it. But we just go and start. Hello, Saeed.
Saeed, hello.
We just go and start from the beginning, right? So Block by Block is a brand new course all about video production using Ecamm Live. So Fuljens and I go in deep basics, but then you get a deep dive based on previous episodes that we have covered here on Building Blocks. So you are covered from top to bottom. You can take your productions as basic in a good way to advance, right? With the course. So we're here if you have already tried it, if you have any questions about it, that's what we're here for. And then also to help you navigate Notion if you are new to it.
Definitely. Or if you have any Ecamm production related questions, feel free to let us know as well. And we can segue to specific modules that will be helpful to you as well. Kenyatta. Hello, Kenyatta says, I have not started it yet.
Have you registered, Kenyatta, for the class? Have you gotten the goodies, the emails? Because the emails are the coolest thing, right? I think that how Ecamm has broken down the emails that they send for you to digest each module and work on it is strategic. It's really nice, right? So you get the emails, you get module 1, and then the accompany module that goes with it, and then you can go over through them. You get to practice on your own, and then you can also practice in the Ecamm Live community. Hashtag 3B course.
Yes.
It is.
So here's
the
email here.
Yeah. So that's what you get. It's pretty cool. It's pretty good. Like if I got a course like that, and I know I have signed up for courses, but it has been, some of them are like, okay, here's a class, and you're on your own. Basically, just go through the modules and do your thing. And the courses are short, so the longest you will be in one module will be up to about almost 25 minutes. So if you wanted to complete 3 modules, you can complete 3 modules in a whole day in practice.
For sure.
So that is, yeah.
For sure. Marianne, hello. Very good to see you.
Marianne!
Saeed is creeped out by our little emoji at the bottom. That's staring at him.
Which emoji? I don't see it.
It's right in the middle on the bottom, the nerd emoji.
Oh, I don't see it on my screen here. Oh, there it is. Okay. I took it out of the teleprompter.
Kenyatta says, I think that I registered, but I don't recall receiving a series of emails. Yeah, definitely. It's coming from team@ecamm.com. Team@ecamm.com.
Yeah. And check your spam if you haven't received it, or then sign up again. Yes.
Definitely.
But basically, again, it's for those of you who have been using Ecamm for a long time, and by a long time I mean 6 months or more, every day, or really, how do I call it? Frequently. This will be a refresher for you. And for those of you who are new, you will get to get started right away by following the steps.
Definitely. And shall we take a sneak peek of the Notion site?
Sure.
So here is the awesome site that you'll get here with all the links, all the resources, a little introduction to yours truly, and all the course resources here. And you just go straight in. Start here, introduction to our workflow. Boom. Right? A little bit of an overview, and it'll take you right to the first module, for example. Right? And then it's just going to continue. And you also have, if I scroll down, if you want to go into deep dive, here is the deep dive videos, for example. This is one we did on pre and post production with BuildingBlocks. Custom fonts with Ecamm. Run of show. This was one of our most popular ones here. Run of show part 1 and 2, tips and tricks. Sound effects, right? So these are all the deep dives. And you know, if we have more content like this, it'll continue to be added here for you all as well.
Mm-hmm. So if you have any questions, because the course is about production, so it's anything that we can cover here as well. Just a little intro. If you have any questions about a live show you're recording right now, or a live stream, or graphic questions, or anything that is related to production, right? Let us know in the comments, because we can cover and we can tell you where in the course you can find that, and then you can go in there and dive deeper. But we can give you a little intro here and then guide you through where you can find it in the course. So feel free to ask your questions about that, and we will take them. We'll take it from there.
Yeah, and if you have any things that you've been learning, you know, your takeaways from the course, let us know as well. For example, Marianne says, quick tip I picked up from day one is if you finish press recording, that you can cancel it if you need to keep recording. Yes, that's a big tip right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, because once you hit end recording, it's kind of like, are you sure? So you want to confirm it, or you have the option to cancel. It's just not going to end it right away. So that's definitely a big one.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Marianne, what module are you in? What module are you in so far in the course? Because you just go for it.
Yes. And Michael Drummond, hello, seasoned user. Outstanding job with the content. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael.
Awesome. And Vaz,
Michael,
hello.
did you register? Oh, I'm sorry. Michael, did you register for the course? And if you did, what module are you in right now?
Yes.
Thank you for your feedback.
Hello, on Fuljens, watch Fuljens talk on ELA 2025 today, and it was enlightening and encouraging. Peace, Vaz. Thank you so much, Vaz. Appreciate the awesome feedback here. It's great having you there.
Hi, Sunshine Creative.
Is there an actual Ecamm font? Ecamm does use specific fonts, branded, but not a specific Ecamm font. But there are some fonts that Ecamm uses. And Ecamm, if you go to Ecamm's brand guidelines, those are spelled out in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Marianne is going to be in day 2, module 4.
All right.
Oh, nice. Michael Drummond is live to tape.
All right.
Very nice.
All right. Yeah, live to tape was one of the hidden, not so much used features, because if you get your live to tape, I mean, you can talk more about it because that was your module, Fuljens, right? But if you organize your content the way you want it to be, you have no editing to do. No editing whatsoever. You just have to trim, and if you plan it with, okay, this is where I'm going to trim it. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to post. Then it's totally easy to just repurpose or do other things.
Yeah, and case in point, look at our run of show here, for example, as if you were doing a live recording, right? So we have, these different layouts here that we have. And once the recording is done, there's no need to add additional graphics and whatnot, because we did that in real time. So live to tape is definitely something that's really important. And Jeremy says, Marianne wastes no time. She's out to make us all look bad and become Ecamm of the year.
you know, in all aspects, she's all there. And one of the things that I like also about recording in Ecamm and having to edit after, it's like sometimes I'm recording something, and then I'm like, okay, I missed including this and I want to include something additional. I bring in that same recording or live stream, whatever, right? And I bring whatever I need to edit. I bring it into Ecamm and I add whatever it is. So I just put the same, for example, if I have to edit a lower third, I'll just bring the shape and I paste it over the existing shape, and then I just add whatever message I want to add there. Sometimes I have added scrolling ticker to it too. So it's just super simple, and I don't have to bring it into Final Cut, create an event, create a project, create it, all those extra steps. Even in CapCut, you still have to create many layers. In here, it's just super easy because you already have all of the graphics done.
For sure.
Pre-made. So yeah.
Definitely. And while we're waiting for more comments or questions, let's see. So we covered introduction to the workflow, and now we'll show you the foundations of your production. So that's the next one. That's the next series of modules and whatnot. So go here. And this one covers what are Ecamm profiles, organizing the profiles in Ecamm. And here's a deeper dive. So custom tips and tricks for custom profiles. This was from earlier this year where we were building live custom profiles. And what are scenes in Ecamm Live? Anna, do you want to talk a little bit about this?
I mean, that module was super easy to do, and it's super short as well, because scenes are, sometimes we make scenes to be difficult, but scenes are simply they're just slides, and you put your graphics into it, and that's it, right? So you think about them as a slide in Keynote, slide in PowerPoint, and that's a scene in Ecamm. So
Yeah.
it's super simple, but then I go into it a little bit deeper by showing you examples
Right.
of it.
And what's cool about this, the deep dive here, we have lower third and interview scene designs, right? And then we also have some ENN content for a deep dive too. So you see it in action. In this Ecamm Network News interview with Stevie Richards, you can see what our scenes and lower thirds look like in action. So this is a nice polished, I mean, all the ENNs are polished, but this one has Stevie Richards, so that's why this one is there, right? So that is the foundations of your production. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So question before I go, do we have any questions or comments?
We do have some comments. K-Walk, hello, good to see you here.
Hello.
Excited to be a part of an active community. And Marion also says, I love the bite-sized modules, which means it can be easily absorbed and can easily find it again later for a refresher. That's so true. Mm-hmm. That was so true. Mm-hmm. And Spatya, hello.
Spatya.
Thank you so much for your kind words. Aww. Really appreciate it. And Michael says, I was looking for a button to import scene, but realized that only an export button exists.
You're looking for a button to import a scene.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a scene.
Which is great. You want to touch on this because you can export a scene, but in order to bring a scene or Ecamm file into Ecamm, you want to cover that?
Yeah. So Michael, I have a follow-up question for you. So you're talking about import a scene. So you mean you saved a scene from Ecamm and then you want to import it into Ecamm again? Is that what you mean? Mm-hmm. Or are you thinking about importing something else? So let's clarify that first, and
importing
then
a scene.
Show you.
Yeah,
but I want to make sure.
Well, he's answering the question as well.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what it is. Yeah, drag and drop. So that's that. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. There you go. So you answered. That's it. Drag and drop a scene.
Yeah.
Into Ecamm, and then also if you have it, I think the easiest thing is drag and drop. I always drag and drop, and then if it doesn't work, I'm like, okay, I gotta go into the folder.
Yeah. And the only drag and drop that I would say to be careful with is drag and dropping video files, because if you drag and drop the video file directly into the production window, it's going to become a source. You may want it as an overlay. So that's why it's good that Ecamm has those import buttons. You could import overlays and animated overlays, and that will, if you want to play it safe there. So at least we have those in overlays. Yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of that, next Wednesday here on Building Blocks, that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to be covering everything about video imports in Ecamm, how they behave, how you can bring them as an overlay, how you can bring them as an overlay with sound, which means once you bring a movie as an overlay, you can manipulate it, right? You can put it however you want to put it, resize it. Just like Fuljens was saying, if you drag it in, it's going to take over the entire screen as a source, just like the video feed that you're seeing right now. So I cannot adjust this video feed. However, if I bring it in as an overlay, then I have tons of flexibility of how I can move it around and design it. So we're going to talk about that next Wednesday. BuildingBlocks, all types of video sources, how to organize it, how they behave when you bring them into Ecamm, all of that for your shows. Reaction videos, how you can use placing them around the screen. It's going to be super fun. So bring in your questions about it.
And Vaz is saying, Songshine Creative is a digital content creation entity. We have many quality music videos, animations, cartoons, and much more have created over the years. And I'm looking to add a recording process with Ecamm in a professional way to share with a community interested in the content my creative team makes. You found the right tool.
Yes, tool. Sunshine Creative. You definitely found the right tool. Yeah. And by the way, let me give a shout out. Since we're giving shout out, let me give a shout out to Michael. Michael over there writing my name in lowercase. Michael, I haven't seen you before, and you over here writing my name in lowercase. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Perfect. And okay, and then so we covered introduction to our workflow, and we also covered the foundations of your production. The next one will be enhancing your videos. So let's go to enhancing your videos. Boom. So this one, we have what are overlays in Ecamm Live. Anna?
Yes, the overlays in Ecamm Live, they're the it of your videos, because that's where the action happens. That's where you bring in videos and lower thirds and comment overlays. They're just the it of it. So I go over all of that for you and break it down for you in there. And then there's more deeper diving into how you can add different type of overlays. Yep.
Animated overlays. Image overlays, lower third overlays.
I mean, they're the it. Without overlays, it's just like let me see. It's just like tofu with no broccoli, or like rice with no beans.
Yeah. So you need your overlays, and then we go into organizing and labeling those overlays, which is even more important than the overlays themselves.
Oh my
Label
gosh.
everything.
I mean, they're equally important because
title.
if you don't have overlays, you're not going to have anything to label, but they are very important. Labeling is very important. They go hand in hand for sure.
And here's a deeper dive, asset management in Ecamm. That was a very good video that we did earlier on. And organizing scenes and overlays, again, very good. So these videos basically are just reinforcement for the label everything module. Good reinforcement right there. And it also shows you too, over time, these videos, we created them maybe I think a year apart, and you will see how the process basically stays the same over the years. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And the next one is how to build a live show in Ecamm. Miss Hill?
Oof, I get so excited in that module. Fam, I get so excited in that module. It's just like, okay, here we go. I even crack my knuckles before I start in that module. Just showing you everything. What are the most common scenes in a live show, which is something that you can use for not only a live show, but you could use it as recording, right? Because they're the most common scenes that you will be using when you are recording video podcasts, things like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then the deeper dive, hey, the one and the most recent
Oh my
ones.
gosh.
Yes. 5 simple ways to enhance your live streams.
Yes,
And-
that stream was lit.
Yes. And I love it. See, we have ENN stuff here too. So see it in action. Check out this episode of ENN and pay attention to our run of show. How many scenes are we using? What kinds of overlays? You may get some ideas here for your own show or project. I don't even know which one this is. Oh, it's December 9th, 2024. So there is something very special about that Ecamm, the ENN. That's why it's here. So
2021? Wow.
2024, December 9th of
okay.
last year. December 9th of last year.
2021. We didn't even have, we still had the overlays, the text overlays,
Yes.
the old fashioned way.
Let's
Yeah.
go into the comments real quick. Vaz is saying, Anna, interesting that you prefer your name to be in lowercase. I have chosen to use camel case for my branding. Right. So lowercase v, uppercase O, lowercase z.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. And you know how cool it is that I was at a networking event and in real life, and then people were talking about, oh, let me see, what's your YouTube name and all of that good stuff. So then I said, oh, Anna Gil, Gil. And then they went and looked, and they're like, well, that's not it because it's in capital letter. I mean, it's in proper case. And I was like, yes, you see. So even if I don't have, which I do have a picture, but people are starting to recognize, no, that's not me because it's in proper case. So yeah, that's the branding working. It only took me 5 years to do it. But thank you, Sunshine.
And Marion was asking, what is the backstory, please, with lowercase Anna? Need to know in case the answer comes up in the trivia, and then she could beat George. She could beat George on the spot for that. Because I don't see George here.
funny.
George is not here right now.
Because there's no trivia. Building blocks has no trivia. Yeah, so it's really not like it all started. I just never liked my name. I just never liked it with proper case. It just didn't look at all like it was my name for some reason, and I just have to do it because people will be like, oh, you just have to do it. But then I decided, okay, I don't like it as my name, so I'm going to try it the way I like it. And so I did it, and I just was very cognizant that a lot of people might not want to write it that way because of all the, the grammar and everything that we grew up with. But a lot of people, which I am very thankful for, have been very receptive to it. And sometimes they write it in lowercase, but then it auto corrects. So I get that as well. And that's it. So it's really not too like interesting backstory. That's just how what it is. Like I really didn't like the way it looked. Thanks for asking, Marianne.
Awesome. Gretchen, hello. Very good to see you here.
Oh my gosh, Gretchen.
Yes.
I haven't seen you in a minute. How are you?
Good to see you, Taisha.
Block by Block brought you here.
Good to see you, Taisha. Yes, Block by
Hi,
Block
Taisha.
brought you here. Taisha says, I think it's cute. And
Right?
so good, great question by Michael. And this might be broken up into different components, asking about how about a module covering popular third-party integration, Zoom, Stream Deck, etc. Right? So, and there are plans to create more modules, and the Ecamm for Zoom integration could just be so many different modules in and of itself, in addition to the Stream Deck. So, thank you for that feedback.
Yeah, definitely. That's great, Michael. Definitely.
Definitely. We just want to start with
tons
like
of
the
tutorials,
basics.
yeah. Yeah, and there are tons of tutorials out there about that, but just doing one specific to that, like the other ones, would be a great idea.
For
Yeah.
sure. And let's see here. The grammar police is everywhere nowadays.
Right? Yeah, they are. They are. And I was like, okay, it's to each his own, really, because we grew up with that. But
And Voss says, you're the center of your universe. You have the courage to be the creator of your identity.
that's it, exactly. So I was like, it's my name. All the other names I respect it unless they tell me otherwise. But it's my name. So yes, thank you, Sunshine.
So we covered introduction to your workflow, the foundations of your production, enhancing your videos. Now let's go into production for podcasters. Production for podcasters, right? And this is going to cover building a podcast. This video is really cool. It's very short and sweet, and it has an amazing, amazing demo, like a sample of Ecamm built podcast. So check this video out. Definitely check this out. And when we were in I think we were in a podcasting season at one time, we did a podcast graphics workshop. So that's the deep dive. And of course, you can't say podcast without the flow. So here are basically the whole flow playlist is a deep dive into of this, right? The whole entire flow playlist is a deep dive. So definitely check out the flow. And let's see what else we have here. How to build a presentation. This is my favorite video. I think this is the longest one. So in this one, setting up dedicated scenes for your presentation. I covered how to use screen share overlays to incorporate Canva, Keynote, PDF, which is not a screen share overlay, how to bring that into Ecamm, which I showed in Ecamm Live Academy this morning as well, using text to create bullet points and all that good stuff. So if you are a heavy presenter, you do a lot of presentations or remote productions for presenters, you're going to like this video here. And let's see what we have for the deep dive. Recording presentations. We had one of these. And virtual backgrounds. Ecamm Live for Zoom virtual backgrounds. Big one. Ecamm Live for Zoom Graphics 101. And dive even deeper with Cat Mobile. Look at that, right? Just like an awesome archive of all these videos, and everything is just here. Just everything just like flows through each other, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We have more here. Yeah, so this is the entire Cat workshop. So if you missed that, look, the whole entire course is here for you as well. So we have courses within courses in block by block. So that's so dope. All right, let's come back here. We do have a comment from Trudy. Trudy, hello.
Trudy.
Working my way through block by block. Where you at? Where are you up to? Let us know. Let us know. And how you liking it so far?
Yes,
What are your
Trudy. By the way,
takeaways?
nice headshot. Nice headshot, Trudy. Like,
Definitely.
inquisitive.
And Saeed says next week the deepest dive ever.
What is it?
Right. What is the deepest dive ever?
What is the deepest dive, Saeed?
Let us know. And here we go. So while we're waiting for some comments or follow up from Trudy, the next one will be Ecamm Live Pro Tips. And this is a kitchen sink video here. So tons of pro tips in here. How to use hotkeys, because Ecamm offers a ton of hotkeys, and how to apply those to switch scenes, how to control audio with those hotkeys, how to control overlays with the hotkeys. So that's in this module. How to automate your scenes, to do automated scenes, to create transitions so you could be hands-free while doing your recording or live stream or your live to tape. Sound effects controls, how to use the camera switcher, external monitors, customizing overlays and cropping, replacing assets, optimizing workspace. There's tons of pro tips in here. I just threw the whole kitchen sink in there. I don't know what I forgot, but there's tons in here. So definitely check that out if you just want an all-rounded video of tons of tips. And our deep dive, we have Vertical Graphics 101, overlay hacks, always a big one. Some more lower third action, Ecamm Live custom lower thirds, Automated production. That was a big one. Yes. And that is the Ecamm Live Pro Tips section there.
Yeah, it's a great course. It's really fun. Again, the nicest part for me is just how quickly you can go through the course and apply what you learn. And that's why we want to see you in the Ecamm Live Facebook group, practicing what you're learning. If you're trying out some scenes, if you're trying out some presentations, you can practice it live. And if you were up for it, you can ask for feedback. Otherwise, you just practice just to be in a safe space and going live. And just when I say safe space, it's definitely safe space. We make sure that we don't even have to make sure. The community is incredible. So they are just there to help you. So you can go in there and practice your scenes and whatever you're learning on Block by Block.
Definitely. Trudy says, thanks. Day one is where I am. I've had Ecamm for a long time, but I've decided I'm going to do this. Nice.
That's it. You're going to do this. Let's do this. It's 2025, Trudy. Let's go. It's 2025.
Yes. And John, hello. John.
Oh my gosh, John, hello.
I guess these days it will be live to drive instead of live to tape. Gretchen says, it's been a minute. I'm coming out of hibernation.
Yeah, nice to see you here.
Awesome. Yes, if you guys have any other questions about the course, anything course related, please let us know. But it seems so far so good. No questions or no additional takeaways.
And not necessarily. I'm sorry. Not. You can also ask other questions when it comes to the signing. Say you watch another Building Blocks episodes and you're trying to do something or got stuck in at a part of it. If you would like to ask that question, you can ask that question. Or if you are doing presentation or doing a Zoom, and we can guide you through the module that might have that for you. And if it doesn't have it, we can record it here and then add it to it if we do a demo for you.
Absolutely. And we have a question from Vaz. Says, I am new to all of this and have some basic questions. What is your affiliation with Ecamm, Ecamm Live, Adrian Salisbury? Where can I find your courses? Well, just to answer the final question, this is actually our very first course, because prior to that, Anna and I have been creating content for Ecamm Live since 2021, since March of 2021 or so, February, March 2021, I believe. And it's been through Building Blocks and through Ecamm Network News, ENN. And now with this course, it basically have all those videos, basically adding supplement and, complementing what we have in those different modules. Anna, do you want to add on to that?
No, it's basically Voss is here at Building Block, the hands-on for Ecamm Live and the Ecamm Live community, and then on ENN, which is a news and entertainment show on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We show you everything in action, right? So when we are teaching here, lower thirds or camera overlays or bringing in video, then we show you that in action as we are producing the show. So that is our affiliation with Ecamm. We produce 2 shows for Ecamm.
Yeah.
And this is, again, like Fuljens said, this is our first course.
Definitely. Our first Ecamm course, official Ecamm course.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And what I was going to say is that's why in some of the modules or after some of the modules, you'll see all the building blocks of those type of things. But then you'll see some of the modules say, see it in action. This is what it looks like fully polished, produced on ENN. So that is where you're going to see everything come together. Everything that we talk about in the modules, it all comes together on ENN on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a full run of show, fully produced, all the bells and whistles, all that good stuff. So if you want to check it out live, join us here on Ecamm Live YouTube channel Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, with Adrian, I mean, Adrian has been with Ecamm forever. So
Before us.
Adrian, yeah. So Adrian approached us. Hey, Adrian and Katie invited us.
He took us in under his wing. That's basically what it is. Adrian took us under his wing. Kenyatta.
Thanks for the questions.
Yes, thank you so much.
Boss.
I tried signing up again with my business email, but didn't receive a confirmation. It worked when I signed up with one of my personal email accounts. Hopefully, Paul will be able to help you out, Kenyatta. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, let us know in the community if you have or Paul, which will be the easiest contact, the easiest way to contact for that.
Right. And just registered. I need refreshers and new ideas in so many areas. Let's go.
Yes, Gretchen. And we love feedback. We will love feedback because, again, although we do this all the time, this is the first time that we had to go structured. Like, we go structured, but a little bit more structured. So if you would like to see anything different or additional, just like Michael suggested, please feel free to share it in the comments.
Yes. And before we cover Michael's comment, yes, it's marketing@ecamm.com, marketing@ecamm.com. Kenyatta, send your issues there. Speak to the manager. Ask to speak to the manager. And Michael says, are the content of the course copyrighted? Would like to use snips from different modules in a training course. Credit will be given, of course. I think you can UGC it up, right?
Yeah, that's a question. I don't know. That's a question for Ecamm, actually. Michael, send an email to marketing@ecamm.com and ask that question.
Yeah.
Because since you have to sign up for it, maybe I'm not sure. I don't know the answer to that question, but that is a great question, and thank you for thinking of that.
Definitely, and I'm sure it should be fine, but definitely double check with the managers. You should receive an email with the subject. Oh, yeah, definitely. You have to confirm. Yes.
Have you gotten that, Kenyatta? Finalize course access? Finalize course access.
Let me see if I can find it on my end. Tora, hello. Loving the course so far.
All right. What module are you in, Tora?
Oh, yeah. I just typed important and it pops up. Important. Finalize. There it is. Thanks for signing up. Click the link below to confirm your registration and access the course material. It didn't go to any spam or anything like that. So
finalize.
So Gretchen says, got my email. I am finalized. There you go. All right. Hopefully, Kenyatta, you can find it. Hopefully, you can find it. Check your spam, too. Check your spam.
Yeah, that spam is something sometimes.
The spam is something sometimes. And in the ELA today, somebody said it's the R word.
The R?
The R word has begun, I think.
What's an R word? What is an R word?
It started. Your favorite R word of all time that you and Doc go back and forth with. Yeah.
Retrograde. I don't even know when it starts.
It started, begin on March 14th. Oh my God, it's already started.
See?
March 14th it started. And Mac, question I need help with an automated folder. Did you cover that, Anna? You covered the automated folder.
I'm not sure, but I think you mentioned that you covered it. But if we didn't, we can cover that today. What kind of help do you need?
Yeah.
Mac.
Yes, let us know because you need help creating the automated folder or locating the folder itself. I covered that. I did cover that. I covered that in the module, the pro tips. It's in there. But we can answer whichever question. Just let us know what help you need with the folder itself. Mm-hmm. There's a very good chance it's in your spam. Definitely check it. And Gretchen is like, retrograde.
And the thing is, what the thing that I have found with it, right? It's like some people go is like, oh no, retrograde is confirmation bias, right? Confirmation bias. Like you're like, okay, but the what is it called? The Bardem effect, either confirmation bias or the Bardem effect. But anyway, what I have found is like, okay, you know how when you're warned about something happening, if you prepare, then it's not going to hit you so hard, right? Just like we had a tornado warning over the weekend. And as soon as that thing went off, I'm like, you know what? I got up. I closed all the windows. I closed all the doors, turned off my computer, the whole thing. And all of a sudden, there was nothing. All of a sudden, this wind and rain and knocking down things. And I was like, okay, right? So if you prepared, you will be okay. So I prepared for retrograde. So right now I'm making no decisions. I'm doing none of that. I'm just acting on what I had already making a decision on. And then I'm just moving on with it. So there's no little issues for me. For those of us who believe in retrograde.
Yes. Mac is saying how how to do it to work my show. So, okay, we can just show you that real quick. Let's come here. Just want to show you. So here is our scenes folder here, Mac. And then down here, you have automated folder right here, the automatic group. So anything you place in that folder is going to automate. So we just add it here. So new automatic group. And let's just add the interview scene and the comment scene in there. You see that? And we'll click on the pencil or the gear icon here. And this is where you have your settings for the folder. Advance to next scene or random scene. Fixed interval or random time change. And if you keep it on fixed, how many seconds? So let's do 3 seconds, for example. And you could pick the transition too. So let's keep it on live motion. And then you just press play on the folder itself. And it's gonna start automating every 3 seconds. See, hands free. Right, so that's how you do the automatic group. Hopefully that helps. Okay. And that is the entire thing. The last section are the resources here. Let me just show that to you real quick. Our resources, where you can join our community, where you can request custom Ecamm profile builds, our graphic store, our gear guide, the YouTube channel, the Instagrams, and the emails, all that good stuff. And that's down here as well. So altogether, introduction to our workflow, the foundations of your production, enhancing your videos, production for podcasters, Ecamm Live pro tips, resources, and tons of deep dives. And definitely with the feedback, we will continue to improve what we've created.
That is right.
Yes, Max. So hopefully that worked for you. Let us know if you have any additional questions about that, and we'll be glad to answer that for you. But that is the basics of the automated. It's pretty straightforward.
There's so many great and hidden features in Ecamm, and we can be, for example, there are different tools within Ecamm for different use cases, right? So if you're a presenter, you're going to use specific features more than others. If you were a live streamer or would you just go solo, you might use some less features or more features depending on what it is that you do. So all of that you can determine, or we go through in the course, and then you would like, okay, I'm good. I need presentation tips or get my presentation skills a little bit more sharpened up, then you go to the presentation module and things like that. So you can, it will be better if you went through the entire course. But if you already know Ecamm and you're like, okay, I need to go into this, you can go into that module. And then if we mention something that you're like, what is that? Then you got to go to the module, right? To the previous module. But if you see that you have gone through 2 modules, because you're like, okay, I am a presenter, I just need to do this. And then you went through 2 modules and then you have a lot of questions because the modules go in, keep building up. Start from the beginning. Even start with like, what is Ecamm? And because it goes so quickly that you will be able to catch on very quickly.
Yes, absolutely. And I believe too, once you grab the links, you can actually they can leave comments on the YouTube video itself, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you
think
can.
so.
It's on. I mean, it's unlisted.
Right.
So I don't know.
No, because unlisted videos, if somebody comments on an unlisted video, you get the notification. So if that's the case,
okay.
then yeah, we should be fine. So yeah, if you definitely have any questions, the Ecamm YouTube channel will get notifications of those questions that you leave under that video, if it lets you. And Paul's saying yes, you can. Awesome.
Perfect.
Let's see. We do have some comments from Vaz. I see you create scenes for others. Do you also create overlays and other essential workflows for companies like Sunshine? Yes, we do.
Yes.
Building
So
scenes and overlays.
Sunshine, I'm just making a connection here. Voice, like voice, because your song shine, right? So is that what it is? Voice? Let me know, because that's pretty clever. But yes, we do all of that.
Very nice. We have comments turned on perfectly. So comment
Okay.
away. We will be notified of those comments and Q : spaces. Well, that's everything. I think we covered everything. I don't know if we missed anything here.
No, I think we covered everything, including the comments and how to ask questions and where to practice, which is the Ecamm Live community. Remember to use hashtag 3B course so that we can find it, because we will be looking and we will be searching for that to be able to find if there are any posts or any questions or comments about the course. But then also you can reply to the email that you get. And then also now we know that you can comment on the course itself on YouTube.
Definitely. And take a look, get the reinforcement. Definitely take a look at those deep dive videos as well. I think they're pretty cool. Those are great selections to complement the modules, and check out those specific ENN episodes. They're there for a reason. There's certain ENN episodes we put a little bit of extra oomph in there depending on what's going on. So definitely check out that. Check out the entire run of show. It'll be very helpful for you.
We're glad you came, Gretchen. We're glad you came. Yes. Just what you needed right now. We'd love to hear that.
Absolutely. This has been nice. Thank you. And thank you for your time and your contribution to others. We really appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, and there it is. Ecamm.com/community. Check out all the Ecamm communities. And we did mention, because some of you are asking, for example, about like our affiliation with Ecamm and stuff like that. Also check out, I'm just want to show you ecamm.tv/community, what that looks like. Here it is here, where you can sign up for the newsletter and all that good stuff. And in addition to that, definitely go to, or save this link, ecamm.tv/reminders. And this is going to basically give you all the shows and upcoming events that are happening on any given week in Ecamm. So that's ecamm.tv/reminders. Very, very useful.
You are welcome, Taisha. Great. Thank you for signing up. And Trudy, okay. Yes, Trudy. We want to see your work. And all of you, actually. But Trudy's like, come on, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this year. Let's do it.
Very nice. Very nice. Glad
Taisha,
to
I
hear that.
love blue butterflies, by the way. I use blue butterflies on all my sign-offs when I'm emailing customers or my type friends.
Very nice. All right, that covers it all. Again, if anyone needs access to the course, it's ecamm.com/production, ecamm.com/production, right there. And yeah, we cannot wait to see what everybody creates out of this. It's going to be awesome.
Yes. Hashtag create 3B course with us here. Yeah, and remember to come on ENN on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, because that's where you can check everything that the majority of the graphics that you will see on ENN, which is Ecamm Network News and Entertainment, we're created it inside of Ecamm, right? Just like the one that you're seeing right now, this layout is inside of Ecamm with the exception of the background. We bring the background in, but then we embellish it with the blur that is inside of Ecamm, right? And then we brought in drag and drop, if Michael's still here, the logo, right? In here. And then, but everything else, the lower third is inside of Ecamm and also
the nerd emoji.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, so you learn all of that good stuff. Get inspiration, win some trivia prizes, participate in the Dripped in Ecamm segment. It's a great time. It's a great time to come over and meet the rest of the fam. So if you are new, come on over and check it out.
That is every Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Ecamm Live YouTube channel. And next week is going to be the season finale of Building Blocks, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. But for this quarter, because we're back on Q3. So Wednesday is gonna be the season finale of Q1, and then we're coming back on Q3. Yes,
And
Q2 we're off.
And it was interesting because Michael was asking about a module for Zoom and everything like that. That was going to be my video. But what happened was it got pushed. It got pushed. So definitely that will cover.
I mean, you can create a video and post it in the community and give it to Paul and Katie. They will do that because Katie has said when we are off the queue, we can create videos also.
I might just cover it probably like after next week maybe. We'll see, because I'd rather do it live. And again, if you've been following us on ENN, we've been talking about our woes of everything that happened while we were trying to record these things, or just recording in general. I personally prefer to live video versus recording by myself. It feels so lonely. So many mistakes, all that good stuff, where there's nothing wrong with that. But the energy doing things live and having an audience with you and just having that environment is just so much better. It's so much better when recording video.
Yeah, I'm beginning to like pre-recording. I am beginning to like. I recorded a course a while ago. It was a CapCut course, and then towards the end, I was like, okay, I can do this. I got in my groove. But the thing that I didn't like about creating that course is that maybe subconsciously, I was thinking that I needed to re-record again because CapCut changes so much, right? So it was like, what am I doing this if I'm gonna have to re-record it again? So, but towards the end, I got into, oh my gosh, I like it. And so the same thing happened with this course. After the first episode, the first module mid-second, then I just went in and I'm interested to know if any of you found the little oops that made it.
Yeah.
The little oops that made it in the courses.
Yeah. And then for me, it was no first, second, nothing. The whole entire experience. I was like, I can't wait to go live again. Let's see here. I am not letting you take a break, says Paul. It's like,
No, you will not.
The wrench, the moderator wrench. Clang. Eric, good to see you here.
Hello, saluti. What is saluti? It's I bet that's
Saluti,
saludos, amigos.
Yep,
Hello,
amici,
amigos.
Amici. Gretchen agrees. Gretchen is live to stream. Live to stream. Don't make video about Facebook. You can be created almost every 3 to 6 months.
For real. Exactly. So it's the same thing with CapCut. I think with CapCut, and even ChatGPT, but it's something that you know that you're just gonna have to do this and do an update every couple of X months or weeks. With CapCut is weeks. With ChatGPT is probably weeks as well. So it's something that constantly you have to be on it. But I was like, okay, I'd rather create something evergreen and just follow up on it instead of having to re-record because they changed the placement of where this tool was, and then my students will be confused. Where is that tool? Where is this? And then, yeah. So that was the thing with me when I was recording that course.
Yeah, I never noticed this. Eric, I love Eric's headshot here. Nice and bright, nice smile. That's awesome. Awesome headshot, Eric. Awesome headshot.
Okay. Yeah, Mary
Lou.
Okay, yeah, Mary Lou. Yeah, I haven't seen her CapCut videos yet. I know you can mention it. I should do it. Is it in her membership community or is it on her YouTube channel, Paul?
YouTube.
So
and
I
IG.
saw one a while ago. But yeah.
Yeah, Mary Lou did create some CapCut videos on her IG. I'm on YouTube channel. YouTube channel,
okay.
I should say.
On YouTube.
YouTube channel. And
I'll check it out. Okay,
yep,
I'll check
on her
it out.
YouTube. Yep. All right, we have reached almost at the end of the hour here. And I don't see any additional questions, comments.
For checking in, fam.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking in. But next Wednesday, the building blocks is going to be about video, right? About video, bringing in your video. Can you bring in video recording, a pre-recorded video into a live stream? How do you organize it? Intros, outros, faceless videos, reaction videos. How do you work them? How do you deal with them and things like that? So it's going to be super fun. And for some reason lately, which is great, there has been a lot of question about what I'm going to cover in the Facebook community. So I'm going to be addressing those as well. And yeah, it's going to be fun. So tune in next. There we go. Tune in next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Right here on the Ecamm Live YouTube channels. And okay, here we go. Mary Lou does CapCut training on her live on Monday as well. Replays are in her community.
Got it. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Will, hello. Yes, thank you. It was great seeing you.
William.
It was great seeing you there. Thank you so much. You're my bedtime story. Yeah, this is very
I'm your
late.
bedtime story.
This is late for Eric and Saeed. That's why the Saeed dozed off probably. Bedtime story.
Not on ENN. On ENN, I'm energized to the max. Here at BuildingBlocks, I'm chill. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so
we're-
yes, fam.
Yep. We're wrapping it up. Thank you so much, everybody.
We will see you on Monday and on Wednesday right here at Building Blocks or on Ecamm Network News and Entertainment. Thank you so much for tuning in, fam, and continue enjoying the course.
Yes, and feel free to leave comments on those videos because we can see them. We'll be notified, all that good stuff. Looking forward to your feedback.
Have a good night.
Peace.
You're welcome, Marianne. You're welcome, everybody.
Enjoy
Bye,
the rest
Paul.
of
Roberto
your
Guerrero.
beautiful week.